in the public sector is the triptych economy, efficiency, effectiveness. And the third characteristic, effectively, at the end of the day, it should be a report. Okay, so the reporting should produce a report, obviously. Second step, we have to emphasize the need for concise communication on some selected key arenas. Okay, so it's self-explanatory, I would say, and I do think at the end of the day, all stakeholders could benefit from such a communication because, once again, the integrated reporting has as an objective to take into consideration the expectation from all communities, all stakeholders, and then after, as a mirror, to explain to those communities what has been done in order to fill in their needs, expectation. Okay? Once again, starting from my slide used last week, 2 weeks ago, sorry, in India. I was in India in order to meet in Delhi and in Mumbai in order to meet the business community. So I use those slides, and in order to prepare this, I use the same slide and said, I don't see any critical and significant differences, just an adaptation need. So key characteristic, concision, less is more. Be convinced that less is more. First of all, because I started with the wording information age. Day after day, week after week, month after month, we received and we have access to more information. That means that for each information, we have few times. Okay? That means that each information should be very concise. So less is more, definitely. Second characteristic, second pillar, integrated thinking. That means if you are not convinced that you are in a new age, if you are not convinced that all the process of your responsibilities have to be addressed, okay, that if you are not convinced that you have to change your management style, there is no reason why entering into an integrated reporting journey, because integrated reporting, once again, is a process coming from an integrated thinking. That means that each time a decision is being taken, especially at the political level, you should take into consideration all the aspects of, for instance, a new regulation on the taxes for fuel, for instance. What are the plus, the minus, etc., etc. Not only the budgeting aspect or a large political perspective. Holistic means that you have to embed in your decision-making process more and more non-economical items, especially ecological and social. Social means respect of all communities. Okay? And if you listen, just let me focus once again on the ecological. When I said first, I like the previous roundtable because they spoke about financial stability. Okay, but I do prefer to use stability. End of story. That means financial, but also the future of a safe planet. What does it mean to speak about financial stability if we have tomorrow some ecological disaster? Okay, climate change is key in order to develop policies. It's maybe the first issue when you think about the future, on the long term. If you think really on the future generation, what planet we will leave to the next generation. Okay, so everything could appear as minor red issue if we compare to ecological challenges. So I prefer to use stability with a big S, covering both financial and the environmental stability. Because, for instance, if you have a rigor, an equilibrium in the budget process based on relevant financial information, and at the same time you have to finance disasters coming from climate change, your budget will be immediately superseded. You see what I mean? So ecological is key. And I struggle in my own region, I would say. That means not only in France, but at the European Union level, in order to say it's fine, even after a crisis, to think about the future growth. But the future growth is a little bit uneven compared to the ecological challenge. And in many geographies across the world, if you listen to the policy decided in order to save the planet, you will be a lot of cut in the budget. Even starting in large countries, I don't know in the UK, but in large countries like in Germany or in France, beyond the speeches of politicians, they reduce the means dedicated to environmental matters. In a time where everybody, in terms of citizenship, want to increase at the opposite the means. Okay? That's the reason why I'm strong on my conviction, my passion to say everybody, especially in the public sector, has to enlarge the horizon to ecological matter. Okay? And performance means, obviously, that I would say even more in the public sectors, the decision makers, both politicians and top civil servants, should address the performance issue. Okay? So I will listen very quick before closing my presentation on the key characteristic of what you could find in the framework, which will be released next Monday. So you will have a free access to the framework. And if I go through all the chapters, you will see that all of them could be taken as an action point for the public sectors. Strategic focus on future orientation. That means that if you are a citizen, a taxpayer, or user of public services, you are not so interested by the past, but you are more interested by the future. Okay? So it's a future orientation which is key. Second, key items, key guiding principles, the connectivity. How you can reconcile, for instance, the effort done in training and the budget process. Okay, I am in a country, France, where it's not true in other country, but unfortunately in France, and it's true in other countries, when you listen to a deficiency in your educational system, the first reaction of politicians is to ask for more budget